Welcome to Space World. Let's go.
You know, I haven't played Mario Maker in a while. I wonder what kind of levels they have now. I see. Let's play this instead. Yep, I'm doing more Rayman spin-offs. Okay, yeah, I know I've been doing quite a bit of spin-offs, but I'm doing this because I think there's some Rayman spin-offs that deserves a bit more attention. It's not often you see people do Rayman spin-offs. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think anyone has reviewed Rayman Designer. Well, I hope I'm doing this game some justice then. So, yeah, let's do it. Oh, I'll also do Rayman by his fans and Rayman 60 levels. Rayman Designer is a PC sequel to the original Rayman, released in 1997. I did talk a little bit about it back in my Rayman 2 video. You should check it out if you haven't. It's got some funny stuff. Getting a copy of Rayman Designer on its own is pretty hard to obtain. Although it has gotten some bundle releases like Rayman Gold, which comes with the original and Designer. I got the one with the freaky 3D Rayman model. And Rayman Forever, which has the original, Designer, and by his fans. Forever is available on GOG.com for $6, which is a pretty good deal. It also goes on sale pretty often for $1.49, like you can't say no to that. Okay, so I got the game installed and I'm ready to go. But wait, how was I able to get this old PC game running on my modern PC? Well, I used the Rayman control panel. It's an application that makes it easier to play old PC Rayman games. You can also use it to create backup saves, check your progress and records for each game. You can also use it for mods. With it, I was able to easily change the settings to my liking and play the game in good quality. Okay, let's talk about Rayman Designer already. You start out in the level select with 6 worlds to pick from. Each of them has 4 levels, giving you a total of 24 levels to play from. So this game plays exactly like Rayman 1, but now with some new added things. There's balloons, and if you punch it, it will inflate and you can use it as a platform. It's kinda neat, but trust me, it gets tiring pretty quickly. They use this a lot. There's sparkles, and hitting them activates a generator door. You wanna keep a good eye on those. And we have color tings. They can spawn certain things or make things disappear. Designer only uses 3 color tings: green, yellow, and red. I'll give you an example. Here's a tiki statue blocking your way. Once you collect 10 green tings, the statue will disappear. The yellow tings make things spawn, and the red tings spawn lives. Though technically these are optional because lives don't carry through levels. Getting a game over only takes you out of a level. Don't worry, these levels aren't terribly long, at least most of them. And of course you can't forget about the blue tings, which there are 100 in each level. Yeah, this is where the problem starts. So you actually can't beat all the levels normally. You have to collect all the blue tings for the exit to appear. And the thing is, the exit sign isn't always at the far right of the screen. The exit sign could be anywhere. Once you do beat a level, you could try the next level, or you could try to get a better time in the previous level you were in. Man, Rayman did this long before Mario did. Anyways, when you get the levels memorized, most of them are actually not so bad to go through. In fact, if you remember where the exit is, you can use the checkpoints as depth warps and get to the exit faster. I won't go through every level, so I'll just tell you my thoughts for each world. Jungle is pretty good, though the last level with rings is pretty tough. Music isn't great. Remember in the original with the trumpets where you try to get to the top? Well, here's the sequel. Oh, you're supposed to duck. Yeah, the rest is meh. Mountains. Much like Forest, it's good, though it's got one really hard level. Like, look at this. And people say Rayman 1 is too hard. Image has one cool level where you go through 5 doorways. The rest is fine. Cave is fine too. This one I like the speed run. Oh, I also crash here because I break the rocks too fast. Cake is interesting. It has objects from the Jaguar port. It's nice to play more levels from this world, but otherwise it's just fine. So those were the levels. Now let's actually try to make a level. So let's go back to the control panel. Click on the arrow and click Mapper. add this, and do a little bit of this. Okay, boot up Designer. Go to Picture City. Go to Other Maps. I'm stuck. Use NoClip. Here are your key commands. Oh, good lord. As if setting the tiles wasn't enough. I mean, this is cool and all, but it's quite a bit of steps just to make a level. And there's not much tutorials on this either. I had to rely on this really old unofficial Rayman website and a YouTube video made 11 years ago. Now, you can make good levels if you put your time into it, but if you want moving platforms and it's not moving back and forth like you wanted, well, it's back to the mapper for you. Okay, I'll give it some slack for being an old PC game. I mean, I'm amazed that I'm even able to play this on modern PC. Okay, that's enough of Designer. Let's check out the expansions. Rayman by his fans. Also included in Rayman Forever. I actually did a video on this game. How is it? You tell me. What? What? You can't just add a death pit here? No! What? Is it really just another tile set with same tile set, but like stuff are like in the different spots? Like, it doesn't have to be designed like this. You don't have to do this to me.
Failure.
Well, okay, there are some good levels. Blue Mountain has some decent ones, and there's one in Picture City I like, and that's it. To be honest, this one isn't really worth your time. A lot of the levels are really big, and some of them are literally the same level but a little different. I pretty much ended up using a map just so I don't have to spend like 20 minutes in one level. I think By His Fans is a neat piece of Rayman's history, but that's it. It's not my least favorite 2D Rayman game, but it's up there. And next we have Rayman 60 levels, which is not included in Rayman Forever. Yeah, this one has only been released in game packs and has never been re-released. So I had to do something
Illegal.
by downloading the game off the internet. So here's Rayman 60 levels. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's 60 levels of Rayman. So this one, you don't have to collect everything. You just beat the levels regularly. This is just fine. It's kind of bland, actually. The levels are really easy. And by really easy, I mean half the levels can be beaten in like 20 to 40 seconds. The harder levels are about 3-ish minutes. And there's some fun ones. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. I mean, it's much better than Rayman by His Fans. Heck, Rayman Forever should have included this instead of By His Fans. So that's the expansions in Rayman Designer. I must say, out of all the Rayman spin-offs, this is probably the most underrated Rayman game. Like, there's some underrated Rayman spin-offs, but I feel like this deserves more recognition than the others. I did know about this game for years, but I wasn't sure how to play it at the time. And I did had fun playing this. And when I made my first level, I came to the realization that there is absolutely no reason to make levels in this game. Making levels takes a really long time. And even if you're familiar with this and you have the key commands written in your notes, using a program to get the tiles set up and having to boot the game up and go into your level to set the objects is time consuming. Now, you actually can post your levels in some websites, but there's not a lot of people playing this to make me motivated to make levels. I mean, unless this video somehow gets a lot of recognition and everyone is giving this game a shot. And another reason why there's seemingly no point in making levels in Designer is because Rayman Redesigner exists. Redesigner is a fan game created by Raymani, who has made several Rayman fan games like Rayman Redemption and Dark Magician's Reign of Terror. Oh, he also has his own original game, Kick Scoop. Now making levels is much easier. And it adds a lot of stuff that isn't in Designer, like new enemies, collectibles, NPCs, and this. Can't do that in Mario Maker, can you? You can even put in custom music and custom backgrounds. Oh, maybe that's not a good idea. Hey, check it out, Rayman's in my room. Finally. Rover. There's also custom skins, and you can make Rayman whatever you like. Which means I can play as Derp Rayman. This is the greatest game of all time. And you can download these levels and Derp Rayman in raiddistributor.com. I'm telling you, if this site had some sort of point system like in romhacking.com, where you keep track of the levels you've beaten and the things you've collected, I would be set for life. And I've seen people made really cool levels, both Designer and Redesigner. I remember years ago someone made a Super Mario World level which blew my mind back then. And someone made this yin yang ball fly. Like, I don't know what kind of witchcraft you have to do to make this work, but it's awesome. Well anyways, Rayman Designer is pretty good. However, I can only recommend it to people who have played the original Rayman. If you're planning on getting Rayman Forever and willing to set it up for your PC, I'd say at least try it. But if you want to make levels that's easier and has more options, then you'll probably like Rayman Redesigner. Well, that's all I have for today. See you later. Now will you excuse me, I'm gonna try out some levels. Actually, I think I'll just take a break.